most of my career, I was always sort of looking for interesting tidbits here and there, and actually in the middle of my career, or still toward the beginning, maybe the first half of my career, I gave a talk at Carnegie Mellon, and Paul Goodman took me aside, and he said, "Barry, you're a very bright guy, but you are at risk of being labeled a total gadfly." And so he said, "You have to have a program of research." And I said, "Oh, that sounds really dull." And he said, "You'll never make it in this field without a program of research." And this term is used a lot. And so grudgingly, I normally had worked on something for 2 or 3 years, and I had done, let's say, a lot of some escalation studies. And I had put it aside, and I was going off to work on other things. And then I decided I'd better come back to that. So during a lot of my career, I kept coming back to that, to doing a few more things, really to satisfy Paul Goodman's carping in my ear, saying, you know, I've got to have a core and not just periphery. So probably the only things that I could say that in my career were sort of core, might be escalation, maybe I've done a lot of things on affect and emotion and attitudes, and that's and a little bit on creativity, but then a lot of hodgepodge things that just come up. But I would like to be, since most people want to be programmatic and are advised to be programmatic, I would like to put in a plug for hodgepodge, in the sense that it at least keeps people going and keeps them interested throughout their career.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I think you're right. The advice that we often give people is to be programmatic, to be known for a thing.
Exactly.
And that works for some people, and that works for the way some people work and think. But I think there's a whole nother group of scholars, it sounds like you're one of those folks, who works on a lot of different things and gets inspiration from other places, and that keeps you energized and engaged in just the same way. And so I think the idea of in favor of the hodgepodge, I think is not a bad way to think about it.